All right, YouTube. This Detroit's HPTV coming to you out of Detroit. Before I start, let me clarify something because I see a lot of people in my comments. My channel is exactly what you see. A grandfather who's an American citizen who happens to be a black man podcasting in his den looking at the world. I'm looking at the world on a computer. I'm looking at the world through this iPhone, iPad, my watch, and I'm watching what's going on. This is not a Hollywood studio production. This is not mainstream media. This is citizenship, the First Amendment, and the right to be heard to speak your voice. So let me say this. I think the truckers, in my opinion, should stop going to Atlanta. Atlanta mayor just came out supporting Fannie. Fannie is the DA down there. All of those people who have lost their lives in the Fulton County Jail. Let's get back to that. How can that many people lose their lives in a secure facility, or may I say a facility that's supposed to be secure? You know, you get arrested and lose your life while in jail waiting to go to court. See, they want to make Fannie as this rebel when all she really is another corrupt politician. So yeah, I think the truckers should stop going to Atlanta. I'm going to do a reaction to Danitra on African diaspora. It is about truckers for Trump vow to shut New York down by refusing to deliver goods due to the $350 million judgment. So this is for fair use and commentary. Pay attention to what she says and pay attention to what's really going on. The 1976 Copyright Act, y'all. Let's go.
Of the diaspora at your fingertips. Don't miss out. Empower your perspective today. Search African Diaspora News Channel and join the conversation.
Last week in New York City, former President Donald Trump was ordered to pay over $350 million in a civil fraud judgment that was brought on by Attorney General of New York, Letitia James. And this is what she said in regards to that. Donald Trump is finally facing accountability for his lying, cheating, and staggering fraud because no matter how big, rich, or powerful you think you are, no one is above the law. Also calling the ruling a tremendous victory for this state, this nation, and for everyone who believes that we all must play by the same rules, even former presidents. All right. So there's a lot of people who are excited. They're like, yes, former President Donald Trump is finally being held accountable for some of the 91 cases that he is facing. However, on the other hand, there are some people who are not happy about it.
You're so tasty.
Let me say this. If you made it this far in the video and you're a subscriber, let's start a new movement. Stop delivering goods and services to Atlanta. Put that in the chat. Let that be the next thing to go viral. Don't take Atlanta nothing. Since the mayor is a part of it, the DA is a part of it, the citizens don't have a voice. Stop taking goods to Atlanta and New York and California next if they ain't on the right side of history.
Hey folks, your old pal Chicago Ray. I've been on the radio talking to drivers for about the last hour 15 minutes. And I talked to at least 10 drivers going the other way. I'm heading down from South Wisconsin. And they're going to start refusing loads in New York City starting on Monday. All right? I got about 3 drivers that I drive with. They already vibrated the boss and told them they ain't going to New York City. So I don't know how far across the country country this is, or how many truckers are going to start denying loads to go to New York City. But I'll tell you what, around and find out. Okay? We're tired of you both leftists with Trump. Okay? You know, we're starting to get tired of this shit. And you know, our bosses ain't gonna care if we deny the loads. We'll just go somewhere else. All right? You know how hard it is to get into New York City with one of these motherfuckers? Man, dead. All right? I'll tell you. I don't wish nothing on nobody, but by what I'm hearing, this is real. You know, we'll see. But, you know, leave Trump alone with the bull. All right?
And see, I want to interject this. They want to make it a race issue. We know Letitia is a black woman. We know Fannie is a black woman, and Hinyard and all the other ones on that Democratic side coming out raging against men and championing democracy while they engaged in debaucherous behavior and lying and sneaking and stealing from the masses of people. And we're supposed to overlook it because they're black. Every person that got our skin color don't make them a relative, related, or even an ally. These people are tools for the Democratic machine. Get in the comments and tell me if you think that the truckers should stop going to Atlanta too. Because at the end of the day, if the people have the power and it's power to the people, then let the people reach a level of outrage that they no longer will vote based on these shenanigans. Based on, oh, you look like me, so I'm gonna vote for you, then you get in there and you do me worse than anybody else. Come on now. Let's take a look at Atlanta too.
You know you ain't got on Trump, so cut the bullshit. He's gonna win this motherfucker on appeal, but it's still, you know, it's bullshit election interference. So we'll see what happens. I hate to say it, man, but the truckers are for Trump, man. I mean, we're like 95, 96% out here, all Trump. Ain't no motherfuckers for Biden. All right, man. I'll let you know what else
And that's a fact. And ain't nobody gonna let y'all keep painting that narrative. Y'all can put the Roland Martins, the Joy Reeds, the rest of the Democratic Shield. Y'all can call D.L. Hughley and the rest of the uh, entertainment P. Diddy types, the TDJ types. All of them can support you. But in the end, the average working class man has a voice and he should speak loudly. And Atlanta should be next. Atlanta should be immediately, especially since the information came out that Fannie Willis and Nathan Wade, they just get on the stand and just lie. But they want to prosecute and persecute somebody else as dishonest as they are shown to be. Yes, Atlanta should be next.
but by the time Monday rolls around.
So as you saw there, that was a truck driver who said that he had just got through talking to a couple of truck drivers and they are going to form a boycott of delivering loads to New York City because they feel like it is some sort of a liberal witch hunt against Donald Trump. Now, there's another situation, and I want y'all to check this video out.
So, in order to show the solidarity and unity with Donald Trump, the truckers have agreed to stop taking loads to New York. They told him that he couldn't do business for 3 years. So in unity and solidarity and in support of Donald Trump, the truckers have decided to band together and stop loads going to New York. Do you know what this is finna do to the price of everything in New York? Everything in New York will be multiplied by 10. And if for just one day, like 80-90% of the loads aren't delivered, it's mass chaos in New York. That is pandemonium. Do you know what that means? I think y'all finna get the picture. I told you. Get out.
So as you saw there, that was a brother basically warning everybody, hey, because of this boycott that is about to take place now, from this video, it said it's going to take place on February 19th. We'll see, and you know I'll be back to let you know what happened. But the brother said, listen, we are going to be in a lot of trouble here in New York simply because everything is going to shoot up if the Truckers for Trump boycott goes forward. Because, you know, truck drivers, as they say, are the heartbeat of the country. Nothing moves unless the trucks move, right? The trucks have to bring food or whatever else into different cities, you know, so we, as the consumer, could purchase those said things. Now, I want to bring y'all attention to this, okay? Trump, yeah, he's got to pay the piper for things that he's done, but I want y'all to pay special attention to what the truck drivers are doing. They are doing what? They are organizing. They're saying, listen, we know the power that we have. Now, I'm not saying why they're boycotting is right. I'm just wanting y'all to pay attention to what they're doing. They're saying we are going to organize and we're going to send a message that we don't like what the left, the Democrats, are doing to Trump, who they support. And so we are going to shut it down in New York anyway, right? Now, as Black people, we have the power also to organize for whatever we want. And if we would only organize like those truck drivers and everybody else around this country who say, you know what, we don't like what's being done to A, B, C, or D, so we're going to shut it down. If we did that, we also could get some results. Now, the brother said that even if they boycott it for one day, it could have tremendous results. Now, we have heard that a lot in regards to Black people because we do spend a lot of money here in America. We know that we see about $1.3, $1.7 trillion in the Black community every year. However, we don't keep that. We give about 97% of that away. Now, keeping in mind, if we were to say, hey, you know what? As Black consumers, we don't like that we don't have a hate crime bill. We don't like that we don't have reparations. We don't like that police reform is not beneficial to Black people. So we are going to shut it down, right? Let's say for a day or 2 days. Do y'all know the impact that it would have on the country? And do you know that these politicians will say, okay, Black people are now finally starting to use their power, because as it stands now, Black people who we know overwhelmingly vote for the Democratic Party, we have been using that so-called power to help everybody else and actually harm us. I'm not telling y'all to form a boycott, but I'm telling y'all to think about if we did to get what we want. I don't know if y'all remember back in the day, there was a boycott and it was the Mexican community. And they said it was called A Day Without the Mexican, where they would stop going to work and all of that because they were trying to bring awareness to the things that they wanted. And oh my God, it had a huge impact. Now, if you ask me, I think that's probably why Hispanics in this country are getting some of the stuff that they want. Not the total reason, but it's some of the reason. So again, and think back when our ancestors were boycotting, you know, during the Montgomery, Alabama bus boycott. Yeah, it took, you know, a little over a year to get it done. It got it done. Now, I want to talk about that. That also helped destabilize our community as well, because we had Black bus companies too. But I think y'all get the point of the power that we still have in this country, only if we use it. So I don't know if this Truckers for Trump thing is going to be successful. I guess we'll have to wait and see. New Yorkers will feel it more.
I'm gonna stop there. Shout out to Denitra for her take on it. So yeah, this is what I think we should be thinking about. You know what I mean? Put in my comments if you agree or if you disagree. I think Atlanta should be next. I think Atlanta should be right now. You know what I mean? With a boycott, with all the attention that they need, because if you're going to play dirty politics, you don't want the people to have the right to vote to who they want to vote for, you still want to ignore the citizens or whatever, then we can show you better than we can tell you. You know, this is Detroit's HPTV. And again, like I stated in the beginning of my video, this podcast is what you see. This is a grandfather in his den looking at the world, thinking about the future of his grandchildren and his children. So I don't care if you say I'm old. I don't care if you think that, you know, I don't put on the Hollywood production for you, because this is not what it is. This is not Hollywood. This is we the people. Signing to you out of Detroit. Keep your head on the swivel. Atlanta next, y'all.